Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of October in my agenda planner. We'll decorate the monthly pages in a moody theme for autumn, so come plan with me. And I have some washi tape here ready to go, along with these mild liners that I'll be using. These rub-on transfers I actually thrifted, this stamp and ink, this Happy Planner sticker book, this Planny Thing sticker book, and these craft sticker sheets, which I'll use as well. Okay, so let's first set up these backgrounds I have in mind for the month. I have this really cool wood-like stamp, like barn wood or old rusty wood, that I thought would be kind of cool to use as a background for this month's theme. I do not have a block, though, an acrylic block that was big enough to handle the size of that stamp. I don't know how I missed that when I was buying the stamp, but I just went ahead and made it work. But I do need to pick up one slightly larger so that I can use that full stamp in its entirety at some point. So I just went ahead and stamped it onto those craft sticker sheets that I have. I talked about this in a recent video, but basically I got that pack maybe 1 or 2 years ago and I barely used it. Those sticker sheets go a long way and are just really great for fall and vintage themes. So I'm going to use them here with a little bit of that stamp and see how I like that as part of the layout. I'm also going to be using something kind of unusual. I don't usually use rub-on transfers, but I found these at the thrift store actually. Pretty sure they're originally from Dollar Tree, but I got them at the thrift store and thought that that would be a really cool theme to use as, you know, a fall theme. Couldn't beat the price. I went ahead and picked up 2 since I saw there were 2, just in case I needed more than 1 sheet. But I'm pretty sure I end up only needing 1 sheet for this entire setup. So check your Dollar Tree, maybe they have them there. And don't forget to check your thrift stores. You know, you never know what you can find. People donate a lot of things, and also, you know, big companies and stuff always donate items as well that, you know, are brand new. So it's good to check just to see what you can find. So I did break out the wax paper, but I didn't get too far in with the wax paper because the rub-on transfers kind of need to be on the sheet. So I cut out a few of them and placed them where I think I want them to go. But once you like tear the backing off and put them somewhere, they're there. So you can't really, I don't know, move things around. The good thing about them is that they almost turn right back into paper. So you could write on top of them if you needed to, or do a lot of creative layering with them once you actually lay them on the page, which is a little bit different than maybe with transparent stickers. Just thought I'd put that out there in case you've never tried rub-on transfers before. They're pretty fun to work with and definitely something different, so you can get an idea of how they might work here on this spread. So basically you can see I'm taking the backing off and then rubbing it down with my little sticker spatula there until it releases from the backing, or, you know, the thing that it's holding onto, and goes right down to the page. So I did a little bit of layering there in the corner, along with some washi tape and some pumpkin stickers I am pulling from the Pumpkin Vibes sticker book from Planny Thing that I got a couple of years ago now. So I would doubt that one will be available, but it was a really good book. I tell you guys, don't sleep on some of these sticker books that come out. You know, it's always like, oh, you know, I already have enough, but then, you know, you never know when you might want something that is no longer available. And I started to rework how I wanted this layout to look. I originally had it in the upper right-hand corner in the bottom left, and decided I think I wanted it to be more triangular. So we're going to use the bottom two corners for decor and the top middle for another area of decor, just so that it all balances out. I've made a couple of mistakes during this video. So when you are putting down these rub-on transfers, you have to put them down one at a time. I kind of got overzealous in some instances and would lay two cutouts down at once and then not really thinking about how they were overlapping. And some of the rub-on would get on top of the backer of the one next to it. And so just take your time with these and go slow, think about it. It was something I, just wasn't thinking about. So do put them down one at a time if you were going to be doing any layering of the rub-ons. So I ended up having to cover up the mistake I made there in the bottom right corner by adding another leaf, but that covered it up pretty well and I think looks still pretty seamless. Even though I didn't mean to do it, it came out okay. Do as I say, not as I do, right? So I'm also layering in, like I said, the pumpkins from the Plan Anything sticker book and some quotes from the Happy Planner sticker book. I've added those in and am now figuring out how to add some of the decor here at the top. This spread in particular, this monthly, I usually don't have a ton going on, so I can add a bit more decor inside of the monthly. So I hope to do that as well, and I'm not too worried about items falling into the functional space because, like I said, I really don't have a ton going on in my life. So I don't normally have this monthly jam-packed with stuff. It's usually just birthdays and any special events, which are few and far between usually. And also my class schedule, because I started taking a watercolor class, so I'll probably have that on there as well. But that's pretty much it. So not a lot to really add on here. So I'll go ahead and put in extra leaves and a little bit of that black dot confetti speckle. I don't know what you would want to call that, but that's part of the rub-on transfers. There's a little bit of texture on that sheet. So I'm adding that in bits and pieces in and around the spread decor areas. I'm also going to add in more of the washi tape. I am using a vintage style one that I picked up from Daiso a while back and a Plan Anything orange grid washi. I was thinking to use the green as well. I really kind of wanted to lean into the orange and the greens from the pumpkins, and then those same colors were really prevalent in the rub-ons as well. So I thought that would be a good color scheme to focus in on. But yeah, I ended up just really leaning into the orange washi more than the green, and I still think that came out pretty good, but definitely those were the two colors I was focused in on this spread as far as the major colors to pull out. And I've laid in a few things. I've laid in a colorful box there, a slightly larger one, and then I have a few smaller ones here that I'm going to be using just to denote the class time I mentioned earlier, my watercolor class. I need to check the calendar though, because I'm not sure which day is going to be canceled for the holiday, so we'll figure it out. But for now, I have it on the first 3 Mondays of the month. And it was looking good, but I felt like it needed a little bit more, so I went back to that craft paper print that I had set up and thought, well, let's add a little bit of that in here on the corner. I think that will look good. And I'll just go ahead and put it down and then trim it to size that way so I can get the most out of that. And I'll also put a little bit over here, I think, on the opposite side just for balance. And again, not too worried about the functional space on this, so I think that looks good. It feels right. Everything feels like in a good spot. Sticking with those odd numbers, you know, if you are struggling with a spread and it's not very symmetrical, usually sticking with 3s, 5s, 7s will help you. So groupings like that, and you can kind of see where there's a good grouping of 5 or 7 if you add in the extra background I just added, and it feels balanced even if it's not an even number. And okay, so that was the monthly layout. For that, I was using my Happy Planner Flora and Fauna horizontal planner. Now we're gonna go ahead and decorate out my month overview spread, which is a mix of a month overview page and a monthly goals page. This is a custom setup I have based off of a couple of inserts that are in my shop. So you can buy it as is, but you can recreate this look using the inserts available from my shop, like I mentioned. So I'm already starting with the decor. I went ahead and added a bit more of that wood style background at the top and the bottom. I did a little bit more on the top where I had a little bit of extra room, but at the bottom on the monthly goals page, I keep a pretty low profile so that it didn't take up too much room in those boxes. And I lost a little bit of footage. I don't know why. I forgot to restart my camera, and so I didn't get too far. I just basically added some more of the rub-on transfer decor, some pumpkins, same little quotes from that Happy Planner sticker book, and washi strips, all with the similar vibes that you were seeing there on the monthly, just kind of layered in. And I have a few more spaces that I can use. And I did it once again with those rub-on transfers where I layered it before I wanted to. I'm telling you guys, don't do what I did. Go slow, don't rush it. Tried to fix it a little bit, didn't quite work, so I found another item to stick in there just to cover up the mistake. And that worked out again. I wasn't intending on adding that, but it looked good in the end. Also added a little bit more of that texture, the black dot texture. And now I'm in the Plan Anything sticker book looking for some pumpkins or something else just to beef up this decor area a little bit. I'll also bring in my highlighters now, just adding in some color into my habit tracker area. I will need some boxes for the monthly goals section, so I'm just going to go in and see what I might have in this Plan Anything sticker book to match, since I used a lot of those boxes with the right color scheme on the monthly. I think what I'm going to do is lean in with the hexagons. I usually will number my monthly goals. I don't actually know why I do this, because it doesn't really matter, but I like it. So anyway, we'll do that, and then that's going to be it. I'm not going to do my social media page just because I was short on time, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye!